Hello, friends and lovers. How are we doing? Welcome back to Hades 2. Feels weird to me because it's been a few days since I played the game, but we'll get into that as we do the run. I'll tell my stories or whatever. We got the aspect of Mel for the gun, skull gun, urgent skull, revolve. You know the deal. Just because it's the one I haven't used in the longest. Your attacks have more power for each shell fired and not yet retrieved. So probably there's that hammer that increases your ammo, which would be nice. After that, there's a couple things around the Omega attack, but I was thinking we might try kind of what I would describe as an easy 16 fear setup or something like this. It doesn't work with every aspect, but yeah, here's the basic setup for Arcana cards. I use this pretty often. It just works out, Divinity's on with that top row, even if we might not really use any Omegas. The Huntress is very important for this. We have our Death Defiances on. I do not have the Titan on, so we are a bit focused around attack damage. And it's going to be point-blank damage, because guess what? Aphrodite's back on our menu, boys. Well, the attack has a high base damage, and for anything like that, you really like Aphrodite if you can be at close range. Now, the Argent Skull does have like a mid-range sort of feel to it, but at the same time, it's usually just better to just be at point-blank range and you retrieve the ammo as you go, I think. I don't know, it just feels better. You could do Hera on the attack if you're curious. You could do Demeter would be fine, Apollo would be fine, and the rest are kind of just I would say. Zeus would probably be okay at best for something like this. We don't hit very rapidly, so Scorch is just not good in general probably right now. Poseidon would just be a little lackluster. Anyway, here's our fear setup. I figured we'd try this. This is definitely probably one of the easier ways because most of these fears are essentially free if you follow the guideline that I guess I'm going to say. So we're going to ignore magic. So Vow of Panic's on, doesn't do anything. Vow of Forsaking is practically free anyway. Vow of Arrogance is free if we don't care about magic. Vow of Desperation is not free, I guess you could say, but it is something you have to get used to. And then, of course, you got Vow of Fury. You could turn on Vow of Wandering, which is borderline free. And you could turn down Vow of Desperation if you wanted, and that would make it very easy. So really the only thing that would affect probably the run that we're about to have for me is Vow of Fury. So you could consider that too. Yeah, so let's get a run started. This is basically just a fun run. This isn't like a tutorial, more so maybe how to use the aspect, if anything, but I don't think y'all really need it per se. Let's see what we get. So we just want a juicy Aphrodite attack boon here. Oh, we got a hammer. Okay. So there's the rocket bombard. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I brought up bolster rigging plus 2 shells. Full salvo is really fun. I can't decide if it's good here, though. Your attacks fire your shells all at once in a spread pattern. It's fun. I can't decide if it's especially good. I think we have to go bolster array when we have this aspect on, right? Your attacks have more power for each shell fired and not yet retrieved. So the more shells we have out there, the more damage every subsequent attack will do. And more power means that Aphrodite will be even stronger when we do get her on the attack. All right, there we go. And we're off. And now we just kind of fire. I mean, I don't have to be a point-blank range, especially before we have Aphrodite's actual attack boom. But yeah, we start with 0 magic. And yeah, this seems like a pretty good start to not really having to worry about magic, but we'll see. We shall see. There's that other hammer, of course, Possessed Array, but I've used it quite a bit lately, so I was planning on kind of avoiding it, I guess you could say. Just because, we use it a lot. I have used it a lot lately. It's just ridiculously strong. Sometimes you gotta try the other stuff, you know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta try the other stuff. And I'm sure that doesn't always make sense if, like, you just catch every other YouTube video or not even, right? Uh-oh. Please, game? Please? No! Please, game?
Let's do it.
Please? Okay. I mean, it's still worth it. Spent 3 rolls to get it, but at least it's heroic. Alright, well, that's a pretty juicy start already. Yeah, we'll palm it. So we did prime a ton of magic, so we're already kind of forcing ourselves to not really consider magic consumption at all. I don't really know when you would want to use the Omega attack here with this particular aspect. It just doesn't really invite itself for it. If you have Rocket Bombard, maybe. like I was saying, Possessed Array triggers it automatically, so you're not really using it per se, I think. Holy damage already, though, you know what I mean? Holy damage. Just on our regular attack, too. The fact that we have Vow of Panic on is actually very useful as well, since it means that the Huntress is always activated. Yeah, we'll just go Arachne here. The Huntress is always activated as soon as we enter a room. We don't have to actually try to, like, use the magic or anything. Oh, these enemies do drop gold. I finally figured it out. I've been talking about it. We just got 6 gold from killing an enemy in one of these eggs. So, yeah, if you're trying to min-max and you need 6 gold. Okay, but please hit the egg. There we go. Beautiful. Channel faster doesn't matter. Magic doesn't matter. So I guess we'll take the thing that gives us the most armor here, right? As far as I can think of. We got tons of gold. Hera, that is the second mini-boss. We're not going to get any more after this, but Hera's probably not the greatest anyway. Selene is useless. I do have to pause here so that Nemesis doesn't steal our stuff, but Selene's useless if we're not using magic. Poseidon, I mean, there's fluid gain, I guess. There's like that island getaway boon, I suppose. Again, I know we've had a lot of Aphrodite lately. I think it's sort of an issue that Aphrodite almost supersedes most of the others. I probably overweigh her, the minor increase in her damage buff, though, honestly. It's a bit more substantial on the special. Do we really just want to throw Poseidon in here? I think we do. I was going to say, Hydraulic Might works really well here. Not really interested in Breaker Sprint, I think, for this, right? You could consider their duo boon, which is Island Getaway. So you could take Breaker Sprint anyway. But I don't know. Like, yeah, like maybe, I guess. This does lock out 2 of them. I kind of just want Hydraulic Might, though. I'm not that worried about it, I guess you could say, if we get it or not. Because I'll just be close by to the enemies either way. Most of the time here, just to make sure we can actually keep the shells and everything. You can see the increase per shell kind of here. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. This weapon feels potentially the most, balanced in a sense. Where it doesn't feel like you have to get crazy stuff to have a good run. It feels, I don't know, it feels like I always have a decent run with this weapon, basically. Some weapons feel a bit more, if I don't get the right hammer or hammers, then we're kind of going to have a, not a great time. I feel like the fists were kind of that way in Hades 1, but the unfortunate thing with the fists, and I'm not saying it for this weapon, but it kind of felt like it was almost a bit too homogenized, and thus every run felt way too similar. With the same setup and everything. Definitely not easy shot. Basically PP or death warrant. And it's hard for me to fully, I don't fully understand death warrant. So does the mark run out no matter what you do, or can you keep it coming back? I'm not sure. PP could be better there then. Again, Selene, useless. We're not going to be using magic. The balance patch for boons that was discussed is probably coming up shortly, if I were to guess. I guess I don't really know. But it's been a few weeks since they announced that they're working on it. And considering how quickly the aspect rework came, I don't think we're going to have to wait a ton longer. I guess we shall see, though. I'm very curious. What are things that we want to... There's things that we all kind of feel like are definitely going to get rebalanced. Yeah, I don't really want Heffy here. I don't think we do. We need ways to trigger origination now. And Heffy ain't it. Yeah. I don't know why I'm talking about effort. Yeah. 10%, let's go. Glamour gain works. It's fine. We might have forsook the cast. I don't really want a good magic regen boon anyway, and this one's pretty bad. Is one way to look at it. Beautiful. Hopefully I don't go back to full magic and thus disable the Huntress too often. Yeah, we talk about things that we kind of assume are going to get rebalanced. But which things do we want to get rebalanced? Like, Born Game we talk about a lot. And I don't know if I mean, I'm going to kind of miss that easy solution to a common problem to some degree. But it might open up some more interesting things. All right. I tried to get to the frog. I forgot again. Man, if only there was a way to block that, you know? Come here, come on. Talking too much, that's why. I know the truth. Do. Not leaving all the shells out and staying at point-blank range is actually mildly detrimental, right?
I passed the test.
We only got 2 gods in the pool. I don't think we care about Aromatic File. It could hit Death Warrant, which would have been nice, but now we have Glamour Gain, so that's not really... It's not really worth taking the 50-50 on, I'd say. So it seems to me we go straight for... Should it be Chaos here, I wonder? I don't know. It could be Chaos. I'm looking at what Evil Eye is set to. It's never what you want, let me tell you. Why don't we take a peek at the duo boons real quick and see if there's anything interesting we could get that would kind of work. So there is still Island Getaway. Soft Grass, not interested. Sunny Disposition does not work. Hearty Appetite. It's really hard to get. In fact, I might have forsook multiple Aphrodite boons that we would have needed. Soulmate, yeah. Those with Hitch take more damage. That's not great for us, I would say. Burning Desire is just kind of whatever, and Romantic Spark doesn't really work here, unfortunately. So, yeah, there's really no duos. Besides Island Getaway that we're really that interested in. So, to the Chaos Egg. Oh, I think that's special damage, unfortunately. Yeah, rest in pieces. We tried, though. We're pretty short on money. Don't really need that stuff. Okay, onward. Upward. That was actually a pretty quick, for 16 feet, that was pretty quick. Where we were there in Erebus. Next magic is useless. Mostly useless. There's like a very minor thing there, I guess. I guess we'll throw out 1 roll just to make it not that. Yeah, what things do we want to see most likely get better? I think for me, like, Scorch is the big thing that I hope that we can make it... It doesn't really need to be more interesting, but just more viable. Right now, I pretty much avoid Scorch. Outside of activating Origination in some way. Okay, then. What do we need for Island Getaway? Oh, we need to get Poseidon's, like, special. I think we locked out everything else that could make it happen. Aphrodite does have another boon we could use here, actually. I don't know whose we want to do. I don't like Aphrodite's Trial that much. Yeah, Secret Crush is what I'm thinking of here. We already have Glamour Gain for weak. Secret Crush be working. Secret Crush. Sailors know.
How to do it.
I don't think Demeter's attack would be that bad here, personally. Yes, it would be a lower percentage, but the fact that you apply freeze for both Origination and just the actual effect itself, it's probably good enough, but there's always this thing in my head where I have to get the big number. I have to get the biggest possible number. So I think Scorch is a big thing. I think Blitz could use a mild lift as well. We don't need water fitness, right? So we'll try to activate Island Getaway. That way we don't have to worry about the range. To do that, we're going to take Wave Flourish. I'm not actually going to make use of it. You know, I actually don't have any money, really.
Down we go.
So we're going to go to Narcissus. Blitz could be use a little bit of a lift. I think a lot of the duos could probably use a touch of help. I was interested in doing, like, I guess you'd call it a tier list for the duo boons. But assuming that that balance patch is coming soon, it seems like it would be sort of a waste of time, potentially. But yeah, there's a lot of things that could use some help, I think. There, you know, duo boons should feel like they're very useful, right? Elements, huh? What is Aphrodite's? Oh, this is weird. You can only look at Narcissus with this open. I was gonna say, what's Aphrodite's infusion? I'm not sure off the top of my head. I can't think of it. I think a random palm is just probably not great, so I guess I'll take this. Maybe we can get the Hermes infusion at least then. I can't remember. I may have already forsook it. We'll see. Oh, it's Wispy Wiles. Yeah, I'm not sure if we did or not, but now we got lots of elements. We did just get rid of water fitness. That's bad. So now we need another way to apply origination, and Zeus kind of ain't it. We need another curse. Yeah, we could take blinding sprint from Apollo. That'd be fine. It's something. It works. Go ahead, run away. I could roll to try to get the duo boon sooner, but I don't think I'm in that big of a rush. Woo! There we go. Blinding sprint, that'll do. Epic perfect image is nice, but what can you do, I guess, huh? What is our max magic situation? Quite bad. You don't really want to go down to 0 and prime literally all your magic, because then Huntress will never be on. If everything's primed, that does not count as being under your max magic. I'm hoping for some... I mean, there's a lot of things. They said it's a boon balance patch, so I don't know if we're really going to see changes to, like, the infusion system so much. But that'd be kind of nice to see soon, too. It's interesting because I don't think the infusion system is bad. It's just not interesting yet, I think. It's kind of like you get it or you don't. I don't know if it's really worth putting a lot of mental energy into. Oh, you're leaving. Okay, we'll do Hermes. We'll try to get his infusion because it's just free damage now. Woo! Look at that. I don't know if there's anything like, I hope this gets nerfed. Like, we've talked about Born Gain a bit there, right? And while I assume it will be, and it's probably for the health of the game, that it gets nerfed, I don't know if there's anything like, I hope this gets hit. I do think the old aspect of Momus, I was kind of hoping for it when it happened. We'll get a second Hermes boon, so I guess we're just going to take purple evasion here. Hard to turn that down, right? A Chaos Gate. Yes. Give me the money. So, Poseidon to try to get the duo? I suppose, yeah. Zeus could help a little bit. So, this is Chamber 22, so Chaos is going to be an actual additional chamber in this biome. It doesn't really, like, cost us more than a couple seconds, though, so it's not a big concern. But one thing about Chaos here is that there's really not a whole lot that Chaos could help us with, probably. There's, like, attack damage, if we can get it. But that would be about it. Don't think we really care about a double up. Since we have Vow Forsaking on, I actually have to hit the duo chance.
Let's see how this goes.
Didn't happen. I don't think we throw out another roll. I think we just accept Sunken Treasure and move on now. Don't really like the free exit here anyway, so we kind of get a second chance at getting more chambers here. Oh, we only got one exit. What can you do, though? Plus 30 health. Oh, apparently we primed all of our magic. I like how I even said, like, we probably shouldn't do that.
Infinite possibility.
Special damage, huh? There's a Chaos Infusion boon that would be nice, too. Getting more of these isn't really going to do anything. Oh, we can't get the Chaos Infusion offered because you need the purple stuff. Limited to common blessings. That's bad, because I'm pretty sure that means we couldn't get the duo. Plus 88% damage? Excuse me? Never seen it that high. This is free,
Good.
quote unquote. I consider it free, but I guess we'll do it. Don't really care about extra money like that. And Island Getaway. That is not Island Getaway. Swapping doesn't really mean much. Slippery Slope's not going to get used. Double Up is just really minor. One roll.
Won't mind.
Still didn't get it. Well, Double Up is now the only thing that really does anything, I guess you could say. We did prime all the magic, although it might go... Some might go away from that random palm.
Time.
I'm not sure what it hit. Palming a boon that primed magic will actually get rid of the prime. That'll probably get fixed. Woo! This is pretty good considering how simple this is. Like, I don't even know if the hammer was quote-unquote necessary.
Now it's plain to see you are my outfit.
Ow. There goes my armor finally. Woo! I'm not even getting like the close-up damage probably as often as I should. I'd love to see this with like a juicy attack speed boon. Hermes didn't really offer it though, only gave 10%.
Sing about that.
I don't know how fast this could get, but maybe it could get faster. You could try metallic droplet or something here. We didn't get the reroll chaos. I wonder if there was a way to manipulate it to make it... If I had paid closer attention, maybe we could have done it. Gotten a different boon there. Don't know. Don't care about that stuff.
Should I change things up?
Random ham for fun? Random ham for fun. Random ham for fun. Metallic droplet makes you strike faster. Might be decent. You haven't taken any damage. Random ham for fun. Fetching... Oh, wait. Oh. I don't think this hammer is particularly good, but I guess it could be worse here.
Big drop.
I mean, since we kind of want to be at point-blank range, it's kind of a question, is this really going to do anything already? Hey, third hammer. Let's go, baby. So if the hammer's in this chamber, I don't believe there's any way to get echo directly from here, so you might as well just pick up the hammer. I mean, fetching array is convenient. It does make sense that it comes with a downside. I almost wonder if it has to do something a little bit more than that. It's a pretty bad hammer overall, I would say.
And now my claim.
Possessed array is here, and it's the only one that works. Okay, I know I talked it up. I said, oh, we'll avoid it. But now it's the only one that does anything. Your shells fire and may attack for 0 magic whenever retrieved. Even this kind of has a slight negative synergy with the fetching array, doesn't it? I don't know. It takes kind of too long for it to fetch anyway, to some degree. I don't know. It's mostly a positive in this situation. If we only had the 3 shells still, it would probably be a negative, because 2 shells is just too little, I think. Give me all this magic. Alright, so... Selene is so useless here, huh? I do want the Hermes boon. Yeah, I mean, Selene does nothing. We don't use magic around these parts. Witchcraft, you know? Not one bit.
To engage.
Oh, I didn't realize I didn't tell. I know, this is Grilling Stories with Dan. I'm just going to be on this for weeks now, probably, at this point. Hello? I don't have to go find my shells, at least. Okay. Hello? I probably should have followed the golden trail.
Bow.
My god. That just deal 40-something damage to me? So the first time I used our new grill, in case you missed it, we bought a grill. I embarrassed myself when trying to buy a grill. A little bit. I mean, it's just kind of awkwardness things, of course. First time I went to use the grill, I was like, you know, I should really try to like clean it in case there's like a chemically substance on it, you know, so I heat the grill up. You preheat it, as you say. You know, so you just close the cover and turn it on, basically. And that's fine. And it came with this sort of wire brush on one side and what I would describe as 10% or 23% for 10 seconds. Give me 10%. I just want to see it go higher. Wire brush thing on one side and like this very tough scour pad on the other side. Island getaway? You don't need the money from that trove. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Oh, we can leave. So I heated it up real good. What?
Let's see how this goes.
Aha! I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise, but yeah. Let me see here. We only had 20 magic. Okay. I guess we're forced to go this way now. Okay, so now range isn't a problem. That makes most of the things we have much better. Means we don't actually have to sit up close to enemies, so that is convenient now, actually. In this circumstance, at least. So I heated up the grill real good, like a lot, like 500 degrees hot. And I'm using the wire brush. I'm just kind of like scrubbing at the grill part. It's like I'll use this spongy thing to apply the oil to lube it up real nice, because that's what you're supposed to do with a grill. Turns out that spongy thing is not like heat resistance at all, and immediately melted all over the grill grates. Like all over it. I thought I saw something over there. This like rubbery plastic, whatever you want to call it, just melted all over it, all over the inside, and it smells, you know, like burnt tires or something like that. And it's like 8 o'clock at night. I was supposed to already start grilling like 40 minutes ago, probably. I'm like, no. And then I'm like, no. Now, I didn't ruin the grill, but I did have to turn it off and try to get all the bits out of it, all the black bits that are stuck to it, and got some like soapy water. I had to wait for it to cool down. Scrubbed it real good, because I don't want the food to taste like the rubber, even if like, never mind, get the rubber on the food. But even like down inside the grill, I didn't want it to like taste like it, because it's just in there, you know? So I had to try to clean out the inside. Oh. It was a bad first experience, I guess you could say. Do we really need Broken Resolve? Doubtful, right? Sweet Surrender it is.
That's a feeling there.
Well, we have a ridiculous amount of money now. Mostly because of chaos. There we go. Keep that max magic up. Oh, Hestia's now here for us. I think Hestia could do something. Smolder Ring does make origination a little more consistent, especially with large groups of enemies, so I think that's fine. Honestly, Burnt Offering's pretty decent here, right? That's a lot of max magic and max health. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I wish they weren't offered at the same time, I guess you could say. What can you do? What can you do? I think that was the night we made our steak skewers, and good thing they were freaking delicious. Otherwise, I may have been a little soured by the grilling experience. Holy crap! I'm kind of just used to being, like, point blank here. Okay, but I wish the mines didn't just, like, stick there the whole time, you know? Ow. Woo-hoo-hoo! Damn. 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 You think this, I don't know, death animation is maybe a slight placeholder? They might change it up. Spruce it up a little bit.
Looking better already.
Could probably use a little something.
Almost there.
I'm thinking. Could probably use a little something.
Pure water.
So we use Evil Eye is not set. Black and Fleece doesn't do anything. Lion Fang is okay. I'm kind of just curious, will this make us use our attack faster, and thus we'll have more out, potentially? Those are not very useful,
Unseen.
I would say.
The lowest reaches.
I think the biggest thing, I know, grill maniac out here. You don't really gotta clean the grill very much. You just get it really hot. You crisp off everything that was on there from prior. And then you just kind of scrub it off with the wire brush and boom, it's clean. You know what I'm saying? Anything that may have still been left there just has some bold flavors, perhaps. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Cleans itself, you know? It's kind of like how you don't clean your oven between every single use. Because let's face the facts, making dinner, I think a lot of us, like, we enjoy cooking. It's just the cleaning up afterward part that kind of sucks, right? All the dishes and everything. Ooh, Howling Soul for fun. It's been a while. It's been a while. You know, I can't think of a downside here. We'll stick to the enemies, which might be mildly convenient. That 200 damage isn't anything to sniff at? Is that a phrase? I think it's a phrase. But yeah, we're kind of on autopilot now. Like, this is pretty easy going, right? 16 Fear, like, there's a lot of ways sort of to just kind of work around it where you don't gotta work very hard for it, I think. There's too many cheesy things. It's also kind of another knock at Selene. And I wonder... Oh, I don't really want to do that. A mild knock at Selene. Because I think... So far, out of the two patches we sort of had, the best builds were actually... Well, I say best. Truth be told, it's more like the speedrun meta. And possibly high fear meta. To some degree. Involved using no magic. Which means Selene is just nothing. Having to take Selene over anything else is a complete detriment. So I wonder if they're going to keep pushing to make it so you really don't... You really just kind of have to use magic and these builds aren't great, or... I don't know. What are they going to do here? I'm not really sure. I'm not positive. Or are they just going to kind of mildly incentivize using magic a bit more? It kind of makes sense to have some builds, right, where you could ignore magic. But I don't know if you really want it to be the strongest. I like using the magic. I like the magic system. It's not the magic system, but there's some other components of it that could probably be improved upon. Level 7, baby! Just cuz? Just cuz. What can you give me? Backburner is interesting and could give us a bigger number. It's not a boon I often think about, truth be told. We bought out everything, Charon. You're welcome. This was a fun run. I mean, it's on the easy side. This kind of goes into that problem where trying to find the quote-unquote perfect, you know, vow set up here to make it challenging, but not frustratingly difficult is just almost impossible. Holy crap. There is no, like, one-size-fits-all. This is the chosen difficulty for Hades 1 or 2, right? Hades 1 had this issue too, but... I mean, I do think that it is probably for the better health of the game that they give us just, like, a lot of options to encourage a lot of different play styles and help players to just kind of, like, think about what works for them and not necessarily what just works for everybody. Okay, my friend. Holy crap. This has got to be... I mean, I say this a lot probably, but this has to be like one of the strongest builds right now. Mostly thanks to Possessed Array, I'm gonna guess, but... It is an absolutely bonkers hammer. Finish him! Quick, 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 quick! Got him! Wow. Wow. Well, that was insane. See what I mean? Well, The hammers were just really good. The hammers were really good. Fetching array, I wonder how opponent was. I don't think it was really a detriment either way. Interesting. It says only attack damage. It doesn't mention Omega attack damage. Huh. Where it should, because of possessed array, shouldn't it? Oh, did we learn something here? Pretty much everything else did borderline nothing, right? That is fascinating, and I think we have to pull it up to try to determine it. That's aspect of Mel. We had bolstered array. We had possessed array. Your shells fire your Omega attack for 0 magic whenever retrieved. But it looks like the DPS counter counted it as regular attack damage instead of Omega attack damage. That might be unintended. Maybe the DPS meter is just off in some way. It didn't register it. But yeah, it should be separating it, I'm pretty sure. It doesn't say attacks over there, of course. We also had fetching array. There's the 3 hammers, and then honestly, this was the build. Everything else was kind of whatever. Nothing else really mattered. I mean, Island Getaway was convenient. Who God knows what Backburner really did, and yeah, Seeker Crush was okay, that's for sure. But just okay, probably. There you go. There's your Mel. Super duper attack. Pretty easy going build there. And we kind of showed 3 decent hammers, although fetching array, it's not a good first hammer. Might be a decent second hammer, though, I think. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Like, comment, subscribe. Come visit us over on Twitch, too, if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video.